All right. Yeah, we gotta look at this. So, pro dumpster diver here. So this is about 2 months I've had these in. These are the 86 pounds of boards that I put into this container. And I took them out after 2 months. And if you can see, because I know you guys can see it, they still got some gold on it. Okay, so it actually does need a bit more time to go in there. I've had the container closed. Usually all the gold is off by now. I might have to rinse it out with some water, but I don't want to do that. And so what I did is I have the buckets, for those of you who know this video, I have the buckets over here, and the whole point is the plan was today to drain all of it out, to put this in water overnight, let it sit, and then throw the LCD boards away once I have all the gold off of it. But it appears to still need more time. And the good part for this is that I'm actually going to let it sit till maybe the last week of November, just to get it. Actually, no. I mean, giving it a little bit more time. I'm going to have to put it in for a lot longer because it's been in there for 2 months. And I wish I had a. I'm going to actually pick this up to show you guys. Like, look at this. This is one of the pieces. It still has gold on it, right? There's no gold on the back, but it still has gold on it. Now, here's the crazy part, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buckets straining out the gold right now, and the gold is coming out. So we do have gold coming off of this. Now, I am going to put this gold into a container, into a Ziploc bag, and have that. But it's crazy. So I'm going to keep that gold and put that into a Ziploc. But the crazy part about this is, I mean, it needs more time. So the smart thing to do is, because again, for you guys to remember, we still have this to do, right? Like, we still have this to do. And if I pull out something out of that, you know what? Let's do that. Let's double check that right now, actually, since you guys are here. Let's double check this. I'm just going to pull one out. Nope. Look at that. The gold is still on it. So it needs more time. So I'm going to, damn. I really wanted to go ahead and do all of this today. That was the plan, to get this bucket done, that bucket done. But if these are actually going to end up taking longer, I'm going to have to keep them in. And I got to be smart about this, because that's not even, I shouldn't even be doing this with my fingers. But let me see this here. Yeah, that's not even coming off with my finger right there. So those are actually going to need more time. So I'm going to have to let them sit for, I mean, it's been in acid the whole time, a month and a half maybe, because I got other stuff I want to put in, but damn. I mean, yeah, we'll leave it. We will leave that, and then, I mean, we might have to wait till next year to do it, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to have to leave that and let that sit. So what we do have so far, okay, let's be honest with this, because we still did this good today, is we actually do have all of these. All right, we got some gold here. We got a lot of gold here because this is going all the way to the bottom. We have a lot of gold in this bad boy here. It's taking its time to drain out. And yeah, I mean, all of these, as you can see, have gold in them. It's, man, it's not really an upset. I just have to keep them in there. But I just wanted to use the bucket to melt more gold, to put more gold in there, to be honest. But it's going to take a bit more time, so I'm going to have to keep these in for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a smart play. I'm going to get all of the liquid out of this into here, filtered. And then once we filter out all of the liquid, we're going to put everything back and put all the liquid back again. And then what we're going to do with these pieces, with these filters here, is we're going to just go ahead and spray them out. I do have to get more filters. I'm actually running out the last batch. I'm going to need 3 more. Now, how many filters do you need to fully do this? So you see what I have here, right? I have 5 buckets. I'm going to set this up better for all of you right now. Okay. And I'm going to put this up. Okay. So I have 5 buckets going. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Each of those 5 buckets have strainers. Now, some of the strainers are large enough to go over it, so I just need to put filters in it. Some of the strainers are actually not They are large enough, but the gap is too wide. So the filters that I put in there, I need an additional strainer. Now, what I'm actually using is these coffee filters from Staples, which are actually 500. They're for 12-cup coffee makers, all right? And they're perfect because they're large. They can hold a lot in there, which is very, very good. So each of these have about 7 on it. So you're going to need 7 times, and this one over here is just like that because I didn't have another one to get the size right there, okay? So to effectively do this, you're going to need 7, each of them have 2, so 7 times 10, which is 70, okay? Now, that's to just filter out the acid. Once you put these into water, you're going to have to do that again, and the process is going to be slow if you don't reuse those filters. So you're going to need 70 filters for the gold for acid and another 70 filters for the water. Okay, so you're going to need about 140, give or take. Just leave it at 200 because you do want to make sure all the gold comes out. The more filters you use on that, the better. However, you don't want to make it too thick where you put like 20 on there and it's going to take way too long. So you want to leave it at 7 to 10 so it goes out evenly and you have enough time. But you don't want to use 5 because you might have large pieces of gold go through it and you want to be able to get that. See how this is coming out? That's perfect. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to have to leave this in for a bit longer. I'm going to take the rest of the liquid out of this and drain it all in here. And then we're going to, once all the liquid is out of this and it's strained, we're going to take all our LCD boards with gloves, because I did use gloves, but you guys are looking at me like, where's your fucking PPE? I apologize. I did use it. My gloves are right there. I did use it, but I took it off because I had to get the camera. And I'm going to take these LCD boards, I'm going to put them back in, and then we're going to pour the liquid from the buckets back in there. Okay, so we're going to do that right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take these filter pieces here and we're going to put them into a small Ziploc bag, and we're going to let that sit to air out. Okay, and that's what we got to do. All right, guys. That's what happens there. So again, we have that. We still have this one here. Now it did rain, as you can see. There's a bit of water there, but I don't want to tilt it over where the acid comes out. So what I'll do is I will actually show you how we solve that problem. What we do is we take these closers. These closers basically just keep the plastic on. Okay. You take these closers off and we just move the plastic out of the way. That's it. Okay. Now the good part is, if we actually look at that, we have some green coming up, and this is the particle condensation from the boards we have in there right now. Okay, that's what you have. You do have a little bit of water in there, which is interesting, and that might be coming up through the, I'm not going to say the ground, it's not a lot, but it's just going to be water over there right now. But these plastic stuff is absolutely very, very good to use. So what we're going to do is we are going to put our top plastic piece back on. And the reason why we use the plastic piece on top is so that if there is a hole that is punched in there and it rains, the water doesn't dip in there and dilute the solution. Okay, which is very, very important. Okay, so we're going to put this back on. Okay, and then we're going to put our closers back on. This is just pieces of metal that I had, which are definitely good, and kind of keep it tight away from the air right now. So I'm just showing you guys how this would work, and I'm using this because it's type of container. If it was round, the best thing to do is not to use duct tape, but to use elastic or just a wire bandage, because you're still going to have the parts there. Okay, just leave that sitting on, and then we'll put these over it, and this will keep the plastic on, but it won't puncture the plastic because we don't want the plastic punctured. Okay, we just need that sitting on there right now, and if I try to move this, it won't really move. Okay, and that's how we do that. All right, damn, man, but things happen, you know. As you can obviously see, I do have a plastic sheet on the ground, which is very important, especially when you spill a little bit of acid. Okay, But yeah, all right, so look at it. Okay, so perfect. You see how all the liquid is out and we have our gold here? This is what we want. And then we're going to take a spray bottle and spray all of that into a container. And then once we spray that into a container, I could actually just leave that and let that sit for a couple days, but I can strain that again and use that right now. So one of the things you do want to check is bits and pieces in there to make sure it didn't pop the container. You see how this is still going? Yeah, perfect. So all that stuff will come up again. All right, so I'm going to drain this out. You guys have a good rest of your day. Pro Dumpster Diver out.